no money, that's an asshole. It wasn't a phase.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Senior Citizen Podcast, and today we are here with Servants of Ruse. Yay! How you guys doing?
Pretty good. I'm really good. I'm really happy to be here.
I'm glad you guys could come out, honestly. I keep hearing about your band. Like, you guys have a lot of fans, I guess, in general, for anything. Like, even with the tournament, people are always like, Servants of Ruse. So, I'm glad you guys could make it. I want to go one by one how this band formed, if you are all the original members, if not, how you stumbled upon it. So, whoever wants to take the lead.
So, it started with me and Joe. We've been playing, like, I started playing bass around 3 years ago. And he lived right across from me, and he's been playing drums for a long time. Yeah. And so we just jammed, right? And then for a while we had this guitarist, Colby, right? But she left because she's like, oh, band's not for me, blah, 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 right? And so we're like, okay, we should find someone else for the band, right? And we were both in jazz band in 8th grade, right, together. And Ollie does, like, audition for singing. And I remember, like, playing the song and looking at Joe and being like, yo, we should get this person. Right? And after we go out to them and like, hey, you should be in our band, join our band, blah, 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 blah. And so we have a few practices, just me, Joe.
Is that how you pitched it? Just join the band.
Yeah, no, actually, I was like, hey, we have a band. Do you want to be in it?
Right.
Yeah. Sure, I guess. Where do you live? And then they didn't get back to me for like a week.
Oh,
yeah,
fun.
That was all his fault, by the way. You could message him.
Pointing fingers at everything, like went right across Chris and Luis. Anyways.
So yeah, I started just me, Joe, Ollie. And then freshman year, that was like 8th grade, summer of 8th grade, right?
Oh, so we were like a completely different genre back then.
Oh yeah, we used to be like indie rock, right?
Right.
And then we added Luis, because he was like in our friend group. Like, he sat at our lunch table and he played guitar. And I was like, what if we just like added to the band? It wouldn't hurt anyone, right? So we added him. And then freshman year, our school did a talent show, right? And Chris played like Eruption, like a bunch of solos, right? And me, Joe, and Chris had jammed before, right? And we were gonna start a band, but we were like, Joe was like, no, I can't do this. He doesn't shut up. He's too annoying, right?
So they kicked him out.
So we kicked him out, right? And then at the talent show, we were like, okay, wait, he's like pretty good. So we were like, okay, do you want to be in our band now? And then, yeah, and then we started like, back then we were indie music, and then when Chris joined, we started getting heavier and then heavier and then heavier, and now we're like a full-on metal band.
Was it always Servants of Ruse? That wasn't always the name?
No.
Okay, because I was going to say, Servants of Ruse does not sound indie by any means.
We started with what? Was it Help Wanted or Her
Help
Love?
Wanted.
It was
And then I was Her Love.
Yeah.
And Luis was Neptune Hour.
Luis was Neptune Hour, and then Chris was
It was Ruse and then Servants of Ruse,
That was
because
for a
Ruse
week.
was taken.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we've been through like a lot of name changes. I remember when we changed our names to Servants of Ruse, I had this one person. I'm not gonna say names.
I mean, you already just gave all the Chris's annoying lore, and I'm like, did you know about this before? Okay. Are you okay? If you're being bullied, blink twice.
He's okay.
It's okay.
For context on that, it wasn't like his personality, it was his constant playing while we were talking.
Yeah.
Got you.
He's a virtuoso musician. We got him into like our high school's jazz band too now, so
Yeah.
he knows what he's doing, so.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this, like, when we changed our name to Servants of Ruse, there was this one person who was like, ew, why? Blah, blah, blah. Servants of Ruse sucks. That's a dumb name. Blah, 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 blah. But, like, who cares?
Right.
We like it. We think it's cool.
Yeah.
We think it's original. It sets us apart from other bands. Because if you look at a band, you look on, like, a bill, and it's like generic band, generic, sir, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? So, yeah.
All right. Anybody else have anything to add about the Servants of Ruse lore? How you got here?
Not really.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. Yeah.
You think? I feel like an important piece of the story was missing, but we're going to keep going.
Oh, we can
It's
talk
just-
about, like, the lore.
No.
Okay.
My intuitions are wrong, see? Okay, well, one by one, just how everybody got into playing instruments, singing, music, whatever, what your background is. So I'll start with Ollie.
So my dad plays guitar, and like he has like a little recording setup, and he does that in his free time. He's a tattoo artist, so he's always been very artsy and tried to get me into all that kind of thing. So since I was like 4, he's tried to get me to play guitar, and I never actually started. until they came up to me and they were like, hey, we think you're cool, like, do you want to, I auditioned for singing on like a one-off. It was like I didn't sing prior to that.
Right.
But they thought it was cool, and I played guitar and I sang originally. They don't play guitar anymore. But that was just kind of like how I got into it. It took a friend group to get me into it.
Okay. One, it sounds like you have the coolest dad ever. And two, that one-off thing, it reminds me of when I tried to try out for flag football in like middle school or high school or something like that. I don't run. I've never been sportsy in my life. I like out of breath in like 2 seconds, and I thought it'd be a good idea, and it just like ruined my self-esteem. So I'm okay now. But it's funny how things can like take two very different turns, right? Joe?
Yeah, so I've been playing drums since I was like 8 years old. I started getting into it as like a cope mechanism because I had a loss in my family really early on.
I'm sorry to
And it
hear
helped
that.
me like get out with like anger issues.
Okay.
So I had lessons for a little bit, and then after a while, like slowly disappeared because I moved. But yeah, Rob was always like into the same music, similar and stuff like that. And then I got a drum set, like an acoustic drum set, finally a while ago, like when we first started. And that's when they got their bass, and then Servants.
I just want to say this is the most solid band, that the founding members are bassist and drummer, which is like the two hardest things to find. Right, like there's no way this is crumbling. A new guitar player anywhere.
Exactly.
As soon as you post it, you have people.
We're like, oh, we can replace you like that.
You're walking on thin ice.
But we love them.
No, again, just, fire alarm if you guys are okay. I'm kidding. And it's not that they're totally replaceable. I'm just saying it's very hard to find bassists and drummers, and I'm glad. And then you have drummers that don't even have drums. Like, we've had that complaint before. But yeah, I'm sorry for the loss. I'm glad that you were able to turn it into something positive. It's super important. And that you found this wonderful group of people.
Okay, so really I started playing guitar because I thought it was cool, and there's like no really big bottom line to it. But then I really started getting into it when I joined the band, and that's when I really started practicing. And later on, when we became Servants of Ruse, I also realized that I am a really good harsh vocalist. And I realized that I can't do it because we had this song, Her Blood, right?
Yeah.
Right, so I was like, hey, what if I scream on this part? And I scream, and I'm like, wait, Chad?
This is the middle of practice. Like, we were not planning on doing any harsh vocals or anything. This was when we still practiced in like his garage.
Yeah.
So his mom's in the living room, and he just gets on the mic and it's like, hey guys, what if I screamed? And then
And I did it, and I thought it was good. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Right.
I just thought it was cool, and I started playing.
And looking at you, like, that was not on my bingo card. Like, for these, like, nasty, like, harsh vocals? No, absolutely not.
No, he's disgusting. we have this one song, and he like does like the Alex Terrible thing where he throws the mic, and he's like, and it's so cool.
He looks like the sweetest kid. Like,
Oh no, he's adorable. He's a sweetheart.
Chris.
I started like playing after I heard Diary of a Madman by Ozzy Osbourne. Like I heard the guitar solo and Over the Mountain. I was like, oh my, I need to learn how to play the solo like immediately. And then my Joseph, a member of my family, passed away, and I wanted to make him proud. So I was like, that's something we had in common. So I took up guitar and started playing. And I'm mainly self-taught. I've never done lessons, but like jazz band has helped me like with more music theory and like putting it together.
Yeah, some of the best musicians that you see have that jazz base. Like, they've had that kind of training, even if they're self-taught. So, super cool.
Yeah.
Again, I'm sorry for your loss. It's amazing when people can take something so difficult and turn it into something positive and keep going. So, I admire people who could do that, because I had a loss this year, and it's just something that, like, it's a gut punch, you know? Grieving is so different for everybody. I got super sick from it, which is insane. But yeah, super cool. What made you pick up the bass? Oh, what they were going to say about you, always playing over them. It made me think of Ravi. That when their guitar player tried out, they were like, he was so annoying because he kept just going in these crazy riffs that are like, we hated him, but he just stayed. But yeah, so it was like Ravi. Ravi's very lit. If you guys haven't heard them, you should. They're amazing.
For me, both of my parents are dancers, so music's always been a big part of my life. And
What kind of dance?
everything. My parents are like they moved here from Brazil. I was the first generation of my family to be born in America.
So you've been making doctor's appointments since you were like 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what's it called? And so like I got a drum set for Christmas or my birthday, and then I was like, wait, this is too loud. I don't like this. So I stopped. I like gave it away. I never played it, right? And then like during COVID, I had friends in Indiana because my dad lives in Indiana, right? Whole story, right? And they were like, let's start a band, right? But everything was taken. Right, and so I was like, okay, Rob, you play bass, and I was like, how is this gonna work? You guys are in Indiana, I'm in Florida, right? But that doesn't matter. And then
technology,
right? But we weren't good with technology, so I started playing bass because they sort of forced me. But I also like watched Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I want to do that, and that inspired me. And then I started listening more music and more stuff with bass, and I was like, oh, this is so awesome, this is so fun, and I fell in love. And yeah.
The bass was just it for you?
Yeah, I just landed on it, and yeah, now I'm trying to like actually learn drums and like actually learn guitar, because I've had those for a while now, but I still sort of suck, but it's okay.
Well, the reason you got rid of your drum set is exactly why I don't like the drums.
Because they're too loud.
Like, yeah.
And he's too loud too.
Literally just like this. Yeah, too loud.
Oh, we had a show last night, and I just like the world's still muffled because I stand right in front of him. I can't hear anything.
Last night when I went to bed, it was tetanus. I couldn't hear anything. It was just.
It was your show. It was Joe's show, not Servants of Ruse. What can we expect from a Servants of Ruse show now? You mentioned that you guys had one last night recently. What do you guys do on stage? What do you want to make the crowd feel?
I think there's two like big parts of our show. We have this like little thing called one man mosh pit, right? Which originally it was one man, where it's like we play like a random like a generic breakdown riff, and then there's one person in the middle like going ham, right? And then at the end it's like everyone comes in, it's like a full on mosh pit.
But do you call it on the mic?
Yeah. But it turned into like
People
two
just fighting.
people, and then they like wrestle, and every time it ends up in one person getting picked up, and whoever gets picked up is a loser, I guess. I don't think that's not.
No one gets slammed.
No one gets slammed.
It's just like a pickup, like, okay, that's the end of the breakdown.
Yeah, and then we also have our song Mozzarella that Chris wrote. That's like it's a song about
my family's heritage of like being Italian American, and like there's not enough representation of it, so I decided to write a song about monsters like mozzarella eating people.
He wrote it at like 2 a.m. and
Yes.
sent it to
Yeah.
our songwriting group chat.
And I know he just had some bussin' mozzarella sticks right before he wrote it. Like they were the perfect amount of greasy. Yeah.
And then at that song, in the end of that song, it's like a generic like punk-ish song, right? And then but at the end of the song,
It couldn't be anything else. That's exactly the vibe I get from the title.
No, right? And then at the end, there's like a little drum solo, and then we go into a full-on jazz part, and everyone starts like,
And
it's like this, and that's like a good way to put it. It's like, and then at the same time.
Okay.
So I think it's just a lot of energy.
Right.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
No, that's a unique experience, and I mean, for like introverts, that's terrifying. One man mosh pit, like people are just gonna watch me two-step without a bundle of other people there.
They volunteer. We don't like grab someone from the crowd and like you're doing it.
Yeah, but sometimes they don't volunteer themselves. You know, there's somebody in that
Yeah,
crowd
no,
that just it's you. Nobody else wants to do it. They're all just staring at each other.
The origins for One Man Mosh Pit was, I think, a snare show.
Oh yeah.
There was.
Because Andre's
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I was at a snare show. It was in this like kava bar, and the place was really small. It was like too small for moshing, right? And they were playing, I'm in the audience, right? And Andres goes up to me, yo, you're singing on this song. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, you're singing the song. And it was Sugar by System of a Down, right? And I go, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna give it my all. And so I'm like, and I'm going, and there's like no one, it's like everyone's sitting down. It's
Yeah.
like people have their drinks in their hands, you know, it's nice. And I hear, and then after, one person like called me a one-man mosh pit, and I was like, there's something there to that.
Oh man, if someone called me that, that'd be my Instagram name. I'd have a T-shirt with it on. Like that'd be my whole personality for at least a week.
Thank you for the merch idea.
I would buy one. Please make it happen.
Yeah.
One man mosh pit. That's
Yeah.
all I need in my life. What you were saying about the mozzarella sticks, I had war flashbacks to, there was this place next to my high school that had the greasiest pizza, the best fries, and these like thick mozzarella sticks that I would always have them as a kid. But then like a couple years later I had them and I was like, oh my God, my stomach, I'm not built for this anymore. Like the grease levels were intense. But what are the lyrics in that song? Like, please.
So,
Do you remember that?
no, I don't remember.
You don't want to remember them.
It's like in like a land years ago. It's like the main story of it was like I just wanted to make something like about like Italian because like
It's really good.
yeah. Like the System of a Down has a song called Chicken Stew, and like they have like other songs where like they have like not like Italian like things in it, but like also like they have like mentions of it. And I was like, what if I was like a full like length song? So I wrote a song about that and like a weird little kingdom that like it was like a monster like being hidden for years, and it broke out like it was like Godzilla, and like it came out destroying the land, and then it just ended. And the band Daily Nightmare is making a sequel to it, so
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a giant mozzarella monster, like a monster made out of mozzarella cheese.
Yeah,
I
it's
just-
like opening lines of like in a land years ago, a beast emerged, neither friend or foe. He was created by a man whose name rhymes with dough. Yeah.
It's
It's
a lot of little
interesting.
rhymes,
I
yeah.
kind of hate when I wrote it.
Right, no, you really enjoyed it. You were in your zone. I just wish I had like money to like put towards a music video for this because I just know it would go crazy.
No, yeah, like full on animation. Yes, stop motion like on animation.
I know I need like movie theater level CGI at this point. Like I'm invested.
Mozzarella movie.
All right, guys. Also, I'm going to start with you because I feel like it's a cool background hearing about your dad. Your musical backgrounds, if you had a scene phase, an emo phase, is anybody here over 18?
Oh no, we're all 16. I'm 15. I'm turning 16 next month.
But me and
You guys are in the age of where you should be going through this phase. So tell me a little bit about how it is now.
Me and Chris actually had that phase in
yeah,
elementary
we were really young when we had it, but I'm still in mine. Like I still listen to like PC.
I see it. I see the
The
highlighters.
highlights, you just couldn't get the makeup off from last night.
But like
We do
Damn.
cover versions.
I was about to ask for this tutorial because we always want that look from last night look without actually sleeping in it because then our skin looks like shit, right? Yeah, so
no, he just slept in it.
yeah.
I'm glad there's no tutorial now.
Me and Joe like grew up in houses that were like new metal or like early 2000s post grunge, like 3 Days Grace, like My Chemical Romance that I listened to, and like I still listen to all of them. I still find them really enjoyable.
Okay.
My like parents were really big fans of Linkin Park at a young age, and Alien Ant Farm was stuff that was always playing in the car or going places. And from there, it moved on to like the big three of emo back in the day, like 2014. So like Fall Out Boy, MCR, and Panic Disco, which is
The Holy Trinity that can't exist at one moment altogether.
And then
I'm glad Panic fell off now.
I still listen to their first album.
Their first album's the only one that matters.
yeah.
Ryan Ross, I love that guy.
Yeah.
First album, second album.
He says it like, that's my homie, you know?
Yeah.
Let me call him up real quick.
Yeah.
We go way back. You know, that album, I remember the Lying is the Most Fun music video is like the most
Yeah.
iconic thing. Like, what Fall Out Boy and Panic is what got me into. That's funny. We have a similar, even though a whole decade older than y'all. Anything else about your scene phase, emo phase?
21 Pilots was a kind of
yeah.
like, an offshoot of that, and I was obsessed with them. That kind of got me into drumming. Was Gosh Done, because he's a self-taught drummer, but he's like amazing performance-wise. So that just like got me more and more into drumming, and his parts were very interesting to play and like learn when I was doing it. And then I wouldn't stop shutting up about it.
It was so bad. We'd be hanging out at his house, and he was like, if you say levitate around me, I'm gonna rap the whole song. And so, like, I would be talking about anything. Oh no, that balloon levitated away. I get up off my feet, and he started rapping the whole song. I was like, Joe, please stop, please.
It was bad.
You're like me. Like, when I'm really into something, it's my whole personality. Like, you can't say one word of it. Yeah, it's okay. I feel seen. Did you have a scene emo phase?
Not really. I got briefly into like the more popular MCR songs, but
Right.
I wasn't like into emo or scene for a long time. But when I was growing up, my parents were really versatile in their music taste. Like they ranged from Deftones to 311 to Dirty Heads to like Sublime. and they also like a lot of new metal. I saw Descendants with my dad recently, so
That was a sold out show. I know.
Yeah.
Must have sucked.
we got there really early, so we were on the rails. So
Okay.
I was safe. The mosh pit was like scary.
Yeah. I saw them at Fest briefly, but I didn't get near the pit. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, but sold out shows at Revolution are awful. Like, people just forget how to act. It's bad. Yeah, I knew. I expected cool music taste, nothing embarrassing. You know, we can't all be like you.
No. 2020. I originally.
2020 doesn't count.
2020 absolutely counts. If not, I want the year back.
I originally hated my parents' taste in music. I don't know if it was because it was my parents' taste in music.
Oh yeah,
or-
100%.
But I remember actively disliking Deftones because I couldn't tell what Gina was saying. So I branched off into pop, like Katy Perry pop, and that's what I liked for a really, really long time. Then 2020 hit, and I was like, oh, Beach Bunny and Girl in Red, and
Okay.
so indie, and then that's how I met them too, because we were an indie band first.
Yeah.
And then they were like, hey, you know the stuff that your parents liked? That's cool. Oh.
Like, oh shit, I gotta go back now. Are you guys sure? Really?
Not bad, like anything else would be cool. Bad.
So I've gone through a lot of music. I never had a scene or emo phase, but I did go through an indie phase during 2020 actually, which is also how I met these three. And before indie, really, I wasn't into that kind of music. I was a lot into rap. I was really, really into rap. But yeah, and now after indie, I started a really bad shoegaze phase, which is when that's never happened. And I'm still in it. I actually have a playlist with more than 500 songs worth of shoegaze.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's impressive.
I've known this guy since 7th grade. 9th grade, every day. Hey, listen to this song. Listen to the shoegaze song.
And they all sound exactly the same. No hate to shoegaze. I love you, Farrell Ember, please.
Actually, I will say I am going through an emo phase right now, but it's Midwest emo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
In that 500 song playlist, I also have another 100 songs worth of Midwest emo.
Yeah.
Are you making money off of these playlists?
No.
You should. Because 500 songs is wow.
Committed to
Actually, from that playlist, I put Joe in a band.
Oh yeah.
And then he put all of us on the band, so now we all listen to the band.
It's
No.
called Shingard.
Alright.
Shingard?
It's a Pittsburgh kind of hardcore shoe, like almost scrammed to shoegaze. The song that he showed me, the reason why it was unique and complimentary was it had a saxophone intro,
Ooh.
and it was just interesting that I just kept going for the entire discography from there.
I actually play saxophone, and that's why I thought it was interesting.
Right.
And every single time I put you on a band, you listen to the whole discography.
Yeah.
Because you gotta try the whole thing,
It's
you
not as
know?
bad as what I did to him. I showed him one song by Hail the Sun, destroyed his whole case. One song.
Merch now. Never been able to see them live though, because they always live in North Florida.
Right.
Weren't you 0.02% of their listeners?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were 0.02% of their listeners. Wow. That's
I think
impressive.
It had 14,000 minutes.
It tells you the minutes?
Yeah.
Per band?
Or for them.
For the band you listen to the most?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. 14,000. And approximately how long is each song?
Like 3 minutes.
They're post-hardcore, so probably a little bit more than 3 minutes for each one.
I'm gonna do the math. I can't do it in my head, but you said how many minutes? 14,000?
Yeah, I could probably pull the exact number, but I still have on my Spotify.
Wow, that's crazy.
I'm gonna just put it in 14,000 right now for a 3-minute song. You listen to these songs over 4,000 times, about 4,600 times.
And most of that was the album Wake. I love that album.
Every time we went to their house, it was the same
Background music, yeah. So anyways, I'm hearing over here, I didn't really have an emo phase. I didn't really have a scene phase. I'm kind of in a Midwest emo, but dude's got the nastiest vocals.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
I think it's just because I started listening to new metal.
Okay.
Yeah, and
And then we slowly got into hardcore.
yeah. And I actually, main culprit, Tsunami.
Tsunami. Sorry. I didn't say anything. No, I didn't say that.
Let's talk about Rob's music taste now.
Oh, what is my music taste? I don't know. For a really long time, my music taste was Joe's music taste, just like 3 months after.
I would put them
That's
on,
still
and
my music
then
taste.
I put them on, and then you'd be like, okay, cool. And then I would leave that like subgenre of music I listen to, and then I would go over to Rob's house, and then I would listen to the stuff I was listening to 3 months ago.
Right.
I was like, oh,
Nice.
so you didn't listen to it?
No, yeah, like he had this R&B playlist that I used to listen to like religiously day in, day out. And he was like, "You still listen to this?" I listened to this like 4 months ago, Dad. And I was like, "Yeah, bro, that's good." But I never had like an actual like phase. I'm like sort of going through an emo phase, listening to like I forgot the band, I'm a Poser. So listening to like My Chemical Romance and stuff like that. I'm going through that right now, but it's not like I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not like that.
What if we were?
What if we were? Would you guys still accept me?
We still cover up to our bands a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Helena.
We did I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I'm trying to get them to do no.
Okay.
That was my idea.
I'm
Don't
gonna
think.
play that one.
It was your idea 4 months later.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why we didn't play Na 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 is because we completely forgot about it.
No.
Because
No,
we were
I didn't want to play no, like, cause like my tongue gets stuck to the roof of my mouth. I can't say no that many times in a row.
Is it like when you're eating a sandwich and the top of the bread kind of just gets stuck up there? That is the weirdest thing I've ever heard.
It's I don't know. I like to stutter when I sing a little bit,
Mhm.
so it's that song's just hard for me.
Right, no, fair enough. So you purposely forgot about it, so you wouldn't
Yeah,
play it?
yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So, okay, there's a medley of get you friends like Joe that puts you on to music, and then friends like Rob that actually listen to it, because I can show somebody like, oh my God, I love this, and then they completely ignore it. I remember my boyfriend, I wanted to go see Halsey because the tickets were like $20 for the arena, and I was like, this is fantastic. This was when Hopeless Fountain Kingdom first came out, so like maybe like 7 years ago-ish. And he went with a pouty face the whole time. He was like, I don't like this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, did you give it a try? No, I don't like this. I'm not edgy. I don't want to listen to Halsey, whatever. The entire concert, I'm having the time of my life, dancing, singing by myself. And after we left, he's like, oh, you know what? She's kind of good.
Now you said this.
Okay.
Right. Like, why didn't you give it a chance before? So now every time we were going to go to a concert that I want to go to, I'm like, I need you to listen to it and give it an honest chance. So now he's one of Olivia Rodrigo's biggest fans. And I think we went to the concert more for him than for me at that point, because like he even used more songs than me.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, get your friends that listen to your music. That's I think the lesson of the day from this. What's the goal for Servants of Ruse?
I started this band because I wanted to make art and like make music that I liked. And then if we get like big and super popular and awesome and famous as a result, that's like super cool. That's the way I hear it. I think we all have like little different interpretations.
And everybody can say their goal as, you know,
Yeah.
we're all different. It's not a...
I just want to make music that inspires people to do more things. I just want to be creative with the things I do. I just want to make music that just helps people going through things. So like to know that people are out there going through the same things that they are going through, to like make them feel like, I don't know, like that they belong, I guess.
I want money. I'm sorry.
That's what I do.
No, but actually, I wanted to, like, I have a lot of ideas when it comes to instrumentals and stuff, and I like writing a lot, and this is like, this is a way for me to actually express myself and write the stuff that I want to write. Okay.
So, like, main reason why I started this is like the same reason, like, kind of with Rob, but one of my main goals that, like, this can kind of help is I want to start a venue and give bands a chance that, like, we kind of still don't really have. It's hard to get venues when we're, like, all really young.
Yeah.
So, being able to, like, this house, like, recently we had a house show and be able to, like, those bands, those were the first shows.
Mhm.
And they actually, like, crushed it. Especially
Shout out Nowhere Feeling, shout out Daily Nightmare.
They're
They're amazing.
both amazing. Listen, they don't have stuff out.
They don't have
Follow them
stuff
on
out.
Instagram.
Yeah.
I totally resonate with that, and again, like, take a shot for every time I mention the talent farm on this show, because I've done it a million times and I'm going to continue to do it because we do need a venue like that. Talent farm was an all ages venue back in the day. It's been closed maybe now for like 10 years. And yeah, it was a safe space for even younger musicians could go out and play, and they would have a spot that, like, it didn't matter who was playing, people would show up anyways, you know? It created that kind of community. So I love that goal, I love that dream for you. It's also in my, like, bucket list of plans. I'd love to have a venue one day and then have it be all ages to some degree. Like, maybe sometimes it's a 21 plus show, but most of the time it could be all ages. But yeah, you younger bands all crush it. Like, when the younger bands message me to come on this show, I am excited for it, okay? Because you guys are... You look at things a different way, you listen to cool music, you're doing things in a cool way, and then even the synergy between you guys, like, you see that support where, you know, shout out to Snare, shout out to No Hard Feelings, to Daily Nightmare, like, whoever it is, like, it's not competitive. Like, you all are out here having a good time, and I applaud you all for that.
So when I joined the band, it was kind of a one-off again.
Yeah. You just tripped onto it. Like, he wants to trip on the money, like, oof, and then rich and fame.
Yeah, you know, just, well, if it's there, might as well.
Yeah.
But, like, it took on meaning. We played our first show with Snare. They gave us our first show, and it was hot and it was sweaty and the cops were called, but it was so fun. Like, the community that was there, like, that's why I keep playing, to, like, keep meeting cool people, to keep, like, giving people a space where they can just have fun for a little bit.
So shout out to Israel. Thank you so much.
But the big musician dream? Or no, just...
If we can't, like, if that's an option, then yeah, I want to be a musician. That would be just incredible. But, like, realistically,
Yeah.
I got backups for a reason.
yeah.
I was gonna ask that. You don't have to go into depth of each of you, but do y'all have, like, that backup, like, I'm still gonna do this even though I want to try
I'm
music?
gonna go to school for, like, business and, like, just, like, do things that way.
Okay.
Whoops. Sorry.
He's gonna walk in with the eyeliner that he can't wash off into the office, and
So his thoughts are down. My eyes is up. I did amazing this
walks in, guys, we need to invest in this eyeliner brand. Look at how it stays
It's
on.
amazing. I pour water on it. It stays completely on.
I played a whole show with it on last night. It's still going. Yeah, you know, life will take you different places, but I hope you guys can keep doing what you love doing and have a good time doing it. We're gonna jump into a. Do you guys want a relationship post, or do you want to play green flag, red flag, beige flag? I'm gonna let you pick.
You're flip a coin.
I kind of like your green flag, red flag. Because I think it's like,
You know what you write? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Green flag, red flag.
Okay, so basically, I have a list of icks. This is a blog that somebody posted with, like, all of their icks combined, I guess. I'm gonna read you an ick, and you let me know if you think it is a green flag, which is good, a beige flag, which is like, I'm all right with it, or a red flag, where it's like, run the hell away. So the first ick is a business major.
Major red flag.
And the footnote says, being an entrepreneur just means you're unemployed.
Okay.
Bro, because there's so many
Like, I'm not, like, my dad was an entrepreneur. I'm not gonna say anything. I can say.
So is your dad a green flag, a beige flag, or a red flag? Anybody else?
But, like, if someone's like an entrepreneur, it depends. Like, I was thinking, like, if I'm going into business, just like work, like a job.
Right.
But, like, I'm not gonna say, oh, I built the greatest thing ever that no one can compete with.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're on Shark Tank, and they're like,
No.
I think there's like two sides of it. There's either one, the entrepreneur that actually wanted to learn about business and stuff and wanted to start their own business, or the pretentious douchebag that thinks they're better than everybody else.
There's a business major and then there's a business major. Like the DECA kids at our school.
Oh my god.
So cool, we swear. They go like this. No hate to them. I have friends in
that's
that.
a DECA symbol. Like, it's like a diamond.
okay. I feel like that was a thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not without Jay-Z's sign.
No, the Deca thing.
Oh,
Okay, so I haven't heard a single answer though.
Beige.
I think it's
Beige.
beige, like leaning on red.
Yeah.
Beige because we need context.
Yeah.
Okay. Saying yo yo yo.
Oh no, that's a green flag.
Cuffed capri pants.
Red flag. That's like the skinny jeans that like stop here.
Oh no.
And then they're cuffing them.
No, that's
Major red flag.
Yeah.
Doesn't read.
Oh, that's it?
Doesn't read.
So the footnote says owning Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations for fun.
Oh.
Left over from Government 100 does not count.
Is this still the same business major?
That's what I love about this red flag green flag thing, because people start forming a certain person in their head. Like right now you're imagining a business major with cuff capri pants that says yo 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 when they walk into the room.
That is a red flag.
Overall, this person's not good.
Are you sure the person that made this is talking hypothetically?
Oh, probably not. I feel like this is a list that they just like keep building on. So not reading. Red flag?
Yeah.
Beige
Yeah,
flag?
probably red flag.
What? No, do you read? Do you read? Are we red flags? No.
I think I just don't read technically.
Okay, yeah, because we're in school.
I interpret it as like, can you read? Like, can you read in English?
No, like do you read for fun kind of thing.
It's a beige flag.
Yeah.
Beige flag.
It's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Alright.
I agree.
And last one is picky eater.
Oh, red flag. Oh wait.
No, beige.
What does that mean? You're
It
the
is.
eater.
I'm like a year.
It's a red flag. Don't tell. I can't say. I don't want to say their name, but don't tell my people. I got ops.
Oh man, okay. Pig eaters are a red flag.
Yeah.
Oh.
My boyfriend feels attacked now. That's the man that'll sit there and pull every pea out of fried rice.
Oh.
And he recently got an allergy test where apparently he's allergic or intolerant to peas. So now he feels like he has an excuse.
Oh.
And I can't just be like, dude, you're almost 30, eat the peas. Like, you know.
Chris thought he didn't like any seafood,
Oh.
and he hasn't even tried it yet. He hadn't even tried it. So for his last birthday, we had a seafood bowl for him, and like, it was the first time having seafood. He's like, "Wait, this is really good."
He did shit.
Look at that. I don't like seafood. I have not tried the majority of seafood. I can mess up some spicy tuna, but that's about it.
It's like texture thing for most people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and visual, like the octopus and
stuff.
stuff. Yeah. Okay, guys, your shameless plug moment. Go ahead and let that camera know everything they need to know about Servants of Ruse.
Servants of Ruse on TikTok,
No.
Instagram.
That's true. Those are all
We
true.
have
We have
We have a YouTube.
We have a
YouTube.
And those were the YouTubes where all of our demos go out. What's it called? We have a song out. It's called Circus. It's really close to 7,000 streams right now.
It is?
Yeah, it's 6,800.
Whatever it was that +1 because I listened to it today and I really liked it. By the way, I forgot to mention that.
But yeah, like the YouTube where all the demos go out. Go check it out because we are going to be recording so soon, and we're going to have people vote on what's the next song that comes out for the demos.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Oh, we are.
I love it, a democracy. But yeah, Circus is lit, guys. Go listen to Circus, stream them, keep following Servants of Ruse, follow the Senior Citizen Podcast, and we'll see each other in another episode next week.
Woo!